guys, welcome to another Transformation Tuesday. And if you've been watching the videos, keeping up with these for the month, man, I am so proud of myself because if you might not know this, or you might, I don't know, but posting on YouTube or just posting videos on a consistent basis is one of the most challenging things for me. And I am proud of myself for sticking to it in the month of March. And let's see what April brings. But I'm hoping I'm not unrealistic. I know I'm not going to do a Transformation Tuesday every single week for the rest of this year, but I'm going to take it week by week and we'll see how it goes. But the goal is to be as consistent as possible. Now, today, I wanted to do a review. If you've been keeping up with these Transformation Tuesday core beliefs, ideal thoughts, affirmations, and if you've been practicing them and working through the reflection prompts, I just wanted to do a video today of a review of what we've covered so far this month. And, feel free to in the comments, if you've been practicing them, to just share what your journey, what your process have been like so far. So the first Transformation Tuesday, it was really talking about core beliefs and how important core beliefs are when we're trying to change behaviors, create new habits, create new patterns, and really transform, really make the changes that we needed to change, because a lot of times our core beliefs are unconscious and we've internalized them so much. They're so deeply internalized that you don't even realize that you're operating, that you're making choices from them. And I believe that first core belief was I listened to my body. And just the importance of listening to your body when you're having health goals that you're working on, or when you're when you're stressed and your body is probably trying to tell you that you need to take a break, the importance of listening to that. It's also important to listen to your body because I think sometimes when people say I have that gut feeling, right, which is like your intuition, sometimes your body will be giving you a message. It might not necessarily be health related, but maybe maybe you notice that when a certain thing happens, you might feel a certain feeling in your stomach, or you might have a certain type of headache that might happen. And maybe it's not necessarily a health issue, but maybe it's your body signaling, your subconscious mind picking up on something that you are not consciously aware of that's happening. Sometimes some people might experience pain when they're in certain situations, and outside of that situation, that pain doesn't take place. And maybe when they move themselves out of that situation, the pain subsides, they no longer have it. So listening to our bodies is really, really important. The other week was, because I accept myself, I also accept others. And just the importance of self-acceptance, right? The more we own the parts of us that aren't easy to look at, that aren't easy to sit with, it really teaches us how to be tolerant of other people, how to, for lack of a better term, not sweat the small stuff, and how to really learn self-compassion with ourselves and self-forgiveness. And it allows us to be able to extend grace to other people, which makes for more harmonious relationships, not more patience, right? More patience with other people, more tolerance, and more harmony in relationships. So self-acceptance is really big because it's really going to help you to be able to be tolerant and to learn how to not be as judgmental and more understanding of other people and understanding of yourself. Actually, the second week Transformation Tuesday was I make choices that heal my family. And that's really understanding that a lot of times health concerns, a lot of our health patterns, a lot of the way that we approach health or the lens that we look at health from has a lot to do with our family, our subculture. And there are things that you probably do now, and you got that from your family, right? Maybe there are certain remedies when you were younger that your mom used to use to help you to feel better, and maybe you're still using them. And maybe if you have children, right, you're doing what your mom did for you, right, with your children, giving them the same remedies. Health as a cultural construct as well applies to just how people view healthcare. In some families, before they even arrive at a medical professional, they are treating the issue in the home. Maybe they will go out to their backyard garden to look for a remedy or look for a treatment. Maybe they might talk to, depending on some cultures, they might reach out to the healer in the community first. And if there's no improvements, then they take it outside of the home, outside of the community, into the larger cultural construct, which will be maybe to a hospital, to an emergency room. But health, making choices that heal your family, applies to how we work through generational patterns, intergenerational patterns, and how we conceptualize and look at the things that we want to keep in the family as a tradition, and maybe the things that we might want to release, or maybe the things that we might want to we want to remix them. We want to keep them in the family, but we want to add an individual touch to it. So we want to remix it a little bit. I think the example I used in that video was maybe certain family recipes, and maybe it's been in your family for generations, but maybe the ingredients in these recipes aren't necessarily as healthy for what the family's genetic predisposition is. And if you're wanting to make choices that heal your family moving forward, or heal yourself, right, you want to keep that recipe in the family, but you can look at more healthy alternatives to be able to sustain this tradition. Then the self-acceptance one was after, but I touched on that. But the self-acceptance one was also a primer for last week's Transformation Tuesday, which is one of my favorite affirmations. One of my favorite core beliefs is I love and accept my total being unconditionally. In unconditional love, man, when you get to that place with yourself, and I don't think unconditional love is a fixed state, right? It's definitely something that expands, it grows. But when you're in that zone with yourself, it's such a good place. It's such a good place to be, because this is when you're exercising self-compassion. This is when you're taking those hard looks at yourself, and you don't have to reject yourself, right? You see this person that you are, and you can still show love. Sometimes when people are on a weight loss journey, they might not show love for that version of themselves. And that can be a barrier in helping them with their desired goal of losing weight. And loving yourself is so important, because it's that love that's going to take you through. It's that love that's going to help you to make the choices that you need to make to get to the next level, or a more desirable version, or a more expansive version of yourself. So I love and accept my total being unconditionally. I think it definitely is a game changer. It's a game changer in how you decide to show up for yourself, and how you decide to center yourself as well. So I'm looking forward to next month, Transformation Tuesday. I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with the health and the love themes. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to be doing 2 small group workshops as well. One for the spring, one in April, and one in May. And these spring small groups are Healthy, Wealthy You. So I might put some core beliefs surrounding abundance, money, success in the mix for if not April, probably, I don't know, but I might throw some in the mix for April. If not April, at least in May. So I look forward to growing together here. I look forward to this channel really expanding, really growing. And as I said in the comments, let me know how how Transformation Tuesday have been helping you. Thank you so much, and I will chat with you guys later.